What do I actually like doing? What seems effortless to me? Like, why are you putting yourself in the box this early on? What fake life? Are you dumb? What am I seeing on your page? Is it going to motivate me to want to book you? Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Success, the Success Carter, and if this is my first time on your screen, please don't make it your last. Please like and subscribe to me. It helps me a lot. I'll be glad for you guys to, join the fam, and if it's not, welcome back, OG. So today I want to do things like a little differently, and I really just wanted to come on here to, share my experiences and give you guys like tips and tricks on how to become an influencer in time for 2023. No jokes, guys, but every time I'm on my Instagram and I open my message request, is literally one comment or another saying, "Oh my god, I love you. I love how you create. How do I become an influencer? I'm just literally starting out. What do I do?" So I just said, let me just come on here and just break this down for you guys. I'm really not an Instagram guru or a growth expert or none of that stuff. I'll literally just be sharing with you guys my experiences on how I became an influencer, as well as tips and tricks that you can maybe apply if you're just starting out in your journey to becoming an influencer. Now this video is very beginner friendly, so if you are like a guru or anything, shall watch, but this video is really just focused on beginners who really want to take influencing or content creating to the next level in 2023. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. The first tip that you might maybe want to take into consideration is to know yourself and the brand you want to create. This is just something that I feel like you should first work on before you even say, "Oh, I want to actually, become an influencer." There's a lot of soul searching and a lot of self-reflecting in this tip, in that you have to sit down with yourself. You have to be honest and candid with yourself, and you have to be like, "Oh, what am I actually passionate about creating? What am I really interested in creating? What are actually the things I love to do?" Not just that, oh, you're seeing people doing a bunch of things and, oh yeah, this might be something I might be interested in. No, I want you to sit down and be like, "Oh, what do I actually like doing? What seems effortless to me to start creating?" And then go from there. And I find out that when you establish your brand and when you know yourself and your brand, it's just really easy for people to connect to that brand. And it's honestly easy for people to genuinely know what you're about. For example, maybe your name is Sandra. When I mention Sandra in a room, what do people first think about? That is what I want you to be, conscious of in starting your journey as an influencer. So I would just say that, just search yourself and know what you want to create and what you don't want to create. This will just save you so much stress down the line when you're finally, an influencer and someone says, "Oh, do this," and you're just like, "No, that's not what my brand is about." It's just easier for you to filter out what you want to do and what you don't want to do. You should in no way try to, fake what your brand is or what you're interested in, maybe because you're seeing like it's doing numbers, so that's definitely what I want to be doing. Because quite frankly, it will get tiring at a point, and you'll be unmotivated and you will burn out quickly. So that is something that you definitely don't want to be doing. You want to search yourself and be like, "Oh, this is something I actually want to be creating." Let's take for example, when I started creating, I had a genuine interest in fashion, and that is something that I really wanted to create, and that's something I was genuinely interested in. And my type of fashion was not the regular type of fashion. I would have actually said to myself, "Oh, you know what, I'm just gonna start wearing like a t-shirt and baggy pants like everybody was doing." But I said, no, that's not the kind of fashion that I want to create. I wanted to create something that was uniquely me, and something that when someone sees will be, "Oh, that's the Success Carters, type content." So that's what I focused on. And down the line, that is actually what is actually getting me my gig now, the way I actually show up for like functions or events. So you actually want to find out what is true to you and what you're most interested in before you even think about starting to become an influencer, because trust me, it only gets tougher when you become an influencer. It's more like a job for you now. So I find that if you're not, very interested, or you don't have the passion for what you're creating or what your brand is, you might be frustrated down the line when it feels like actual work. So that is something you should actually take into consideration. My second point would be to start creating. Now, I know that you might be thinking in your head, oh, I don't have the fanciest of gadgets, or I don't have a camera, I don't have this, I don't have that, I really can't just start creating. But I would just like to motivate you today and just say, really, just start creating. Now, I'm not going to sit down here and lie to your face and say that the quality of the content you are creating shouldn't matter, because, quite frankly, it should. I mean, we're in 2023. Come on. Like, come on. You should actually start creating with what you have, but quality content, if you get what I'm trying to say. Like, the quality of your content should never ever be compromised. And I find out that things or platforms like YouTube and Google are your best friends. So if you want to, start out content creation or start out like an influencer in 2023, you should maybe be spending your time on YouTube and like Google, Googling, researching on things like, maybe if you want to become an influencer on Instagram, on how to take and edit your picture, how to pose, how to do this and that. If you're a food blogger, how to create better food content, just to, polish yourself up and give yourself like this skill set that you need to, create better content. Because quite frankly, you doing all these things is a form of educating yourself and knowing what to do to create better content. So I'll always encourage you to, better yourself in terms of quality and just start creating. I hadn't always had, the gadgets that I have today. I mean, I really still don't have the fanciest gadget, because right now I'm even clearly filming with my iPhone 12 Pro Max. But let's go away from that. I've not always had my iPhone 12 Pro Max. I actually really started out with an iPhone 6 Plus, and that is what I started using to create my content. And I was never compromising the quality of my videos or pictures. And just paying attention to the quality just really helps me a lot, because people really see these things. They see, oh, you have quality content and you have this and that, and they take that into consideration for the future. Eventually, when you start getting these bookings, they are trusting of you to deliver, quality content to them. So paying attention to your quality and just starting out, regardless if you have fancy gadgets or not, is just something I would encourage you to start doing today. Start posting and start creating, and really start taking yourself seriously in the grand scheme of things, because I mean, you're important. So you should start acting like you are. My next point that I would like to share that you should maybe take into consideration is to start posting consistently, and you should start showing up for your immediate audience. Now, I know that you might be saying, oh, I don't have like tens of thousands of followers, who is really watching, who is really checking me out. But I would like to nip that thought in the bud and say people are actually watching. Believe me or not, people are actually watching you, and people are actually taking notes. You should always adapt the mindset of a celebrity. You need to post as if you are a celebrity. A little delusion here and there is not going to hurt you. Like, you do not need to be concerned with the numbers for now. Like, clearly, you are just beginning in the journey. You should not be expecting to do all these numbers. So what you should be interested in is to be delivering on the content part of it. You should be focused on creating clear, crisp, and quality content for your immediate audience. Let your immediate audience first fall in love with you, and other things will follow. I am always of the opinion that creating for your immediate audience is literally going to help you out in the long run, because these people that you're creating for will trust you enough to maybe recommend you for further future opportunities. Let's take me for example. When I started creating and I was not hitting those influencer numbers, and I was still creating my type of content, I think the first gig I actually really got that actually really paid me a substantial amount of money was through a referral of one of my followers. She was like, you have to book him, he has great content. And I was just like, oh my God, I thank you so much for this. But she wouldn't have had that, temerity to refer me to a brand or keep a brand's work in my hands if she didn't trust that I was going to deliver in content and quality. So I always am of the opinion that don't mind the numbers. Don't mind that you don't have all these numbers and followers. Just create for your immediate audience and let them fall in love with you and let them trust you enough so that when you start, getting all these numbers and all these deals, they will still be there standing with you and engaging with your content. So this is very key. My next point that you might want to take into consideration is to not limit yourself by putting yourself in a niche box. Now hear me out. I know on this app people will be like, oh, you need to niche down, you need to do this, you need to find what you're interested in and just niche down. But quite frankly, I don't think that is like a realistic point of view, because we as humans, most oftentimes than not, have more than one thing that we are passionate about, and we always want to explore those parts. So them saying, oh, niche down, might not really cut it for me, because I find that it might just stifle you as a point. So what I want you to do in this instant is to, when you're first starting out, diversify, create a bunch of content in different fields and in different categories of content creation, and just watch and see what sticks with you. Because quite frankly, you might be like, oh, I'm actually interested in this, and you stick to this, and down the line you'll be like, oh shit, that's not really what I want to do. I maybe want to do this. So to avoid that kind of being stuck in a box and being burnt out quickly, you just want to experiment with a bunch of content and find out what sticks for you. Especially if you live in a country like Nigeria, Lagos to be precise, you must be able to kind of like branch out into different type of content. Like even now I create like food content, so you must be able to just maybe be a versatile content creator. You might have like one niche that stands out, that your brand is about, but just experiments with different types of content. It really doesn't hurt, rather it maybe really helps you in along the line of things, because you can definitely do this kind of content. So they are like added advantage, if you get what I mean. So yeah, not putting yourself into that one type influencer kind of niche box will really help you as an influencer if you want to start off with 2023. My next and final point of this video is to invest in your craft. Now, I know people might be like, oh, he's just living the fake life and stuff. I'm just like, bruh. What? What fake life? Are you dumb? Fake life where? Fake life where? Like, you should always invest in yourself. If you know that being an influencer is one of your goals and something that you are interested in and something that you would like to do for long term, you should maybe start investing in yourself now. For example, if maybe you're interested in fashion, going to the market and buying these pieces and styling them when you go out and creating content around them doesn't really hurt you. I would really like recommend you just sitting down in your house and be like, oh, I'm only just going to create when someone gives me an outfit. No, you need to invest in yourself. And how do you invest in yourself? Buying those things for yourself now, because quite frankly, no one is literally paying you to post now. So just investing in yourself and creating good content is going to help you down the line. I want you today to start treating your social media platform, if it's Instagram, like it's your portfolio. Like, start creating in such a way that if I open your page, am I going to be impressed with the works you've done before? Like, what am I seeing on your page? Is it going to motivate me to want to book you? I want you to treat your page or your social medias like they are like a model portfolios. When a model goes for like casting, they always bring their portfolio with them. So you see, the works they've done, and you're able to book them in line with that, because you've seen what they can do and you know what they would be able to deliver when you book them. Same way for your Instagram, or same way for your social media platform. You always want to create in such a way that if I open your page, am I going to be convinced to book you? Am I going to be like, oh, I do like your quality and I do want you to create your type of content for my brand? So I always want you to, have that at the back of your mind when you're creating content. If you want to create a type of content and there's something that you need to get to better create it, buy it, acquire it. It will just, help you down the line. You're literally not wasting any money invested in yourself for your craft, because quite frankly they're going to yield results down the line. I mean, look at me. If I was probably discouraged like 2 years ago, when I was literally buying outfit for myself, going to restaurants to take pictures when nobody was paying me, I would not be reaping the benefits of today. I actually get paid to go to the restaurants and take videos and eat free food. Quite frankly, why is you getting paid on top? So it's just that you have to always invest in yourself and create that standard for yourself, so that when people look at you or look at your page or your social media, they'll be able to say, oh, he's such a good creator. Let's create a budget for him. So yeah, that's something I want you guys to keep in mind. All right, guys, this is the end of today's video. In today's video, I literally walked you down my personal experiences and I gave you tips on how to become an influencer in time for 2023. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give it a big fat thumbs up. It helps me a lot. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.